Well, hello. Welcome to the TV room. I did find, and this is a little different, I did find a bag that had stuff that I would, as I say, when I would go to movie and TV shows, I would take more stuff than I could possibly need. Because, well, because even though supposedly they have nurses and things and stuff there, sometimes, oh my, you just got to be ready. And you know what? Here's something that you just never know. You break a nail and you're in trouble. And trying to find somebody with a nail clipper on a movie set, that's not easy. So what else do I have in here? I have bandages. Lots of them. And you know, I'm no nurse or whatever, but I have, on occasion, quickly, in the midst of things, usually in the background holding area, shared things with other people because we're on tight timelines. Oh, does this still work? It's it's a little wee thing. Ooh, looky. It's tweezers with a little light. Isn't that something? Now, there's a sharp thing on here though. I wonder why is that there? Well, anyway. So, I'm just looking through, seeing all the, oh, I have two sets of nail clippers. Oh, okay, this is dying. You know what this is? This is a nose hair trimmer. Really, I need to figure out how to rescue the battery out of this. Because it's going to corrode and then it will never work again. But even that has come in handy. It has. Not often, but sometimes. So, now, I have now, I have not been on the show in quite some time, and I'm not sure when I might again. So, I have another spot that I keep nail clippers. I'm going to put these in the bag. But the rest of these bandages, first aid gauze, other such things. What is this? Simple. Sensitive skin experts. Cleansing facial wipes. I'm going to throw all this stuff back in here. And this, you know what? I think this might head off to the bathtub area. It might. Anyway, so there. I will assemble another sort of first aid kit thing if I should go. Now here's stuff that I actually gathered from the last thing I was on. And it was cold. Oh, not the last thing, sorry. This was some years ago. But here, these are toe warmers. And, oh, there's 10 of them. Are there? No. 2. Anyway, they would go in the shoes. And what else do we have here? Foot warmers. Haha. Anyway, I saved these because they kept on giving them to me. And I was using them because it was a cold. It was what they called an indoor-outdoor set. We were inside, but there was no heat. It was just cold. Beastly cold. Now, what else? Ooh, here's something. It's funny. I mentioned this once to my doctor. Back teen. She had no clue what I was talking about. or Bean Junior liniment. What is in here? Is there anything? Oh, there is. Anyway, some of these things. Oh, what is this? Polysporin ear. Oh, cool. I've had ear things. Stuff for anything there. Oh, yeah. Oh, true. I'm going to leave this. You know what? This bag may not. Well, some of it might go back together. Some of it might not. I'll see what else. Anyway, as I say, it's always good to be prepared. Oh, here is some medicated body powder. This stuff comes in handy for feet, etc. Especially if it's a long, hot, miserable day. Now here, I'm not going to open this stuff. It is hand sanitizer. And I'll just leave it where it is. I shall. But I will start another go bag. Oh, here's something. During COVID, when we all had to be careful of everything, on some shows, and it varied from show to show, but in between takes, besides putting on your mask, etc., 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 they gave you these glasses. This would also protect your eyes from things, from people snorting and hacking and stuff. So I did hold on to them. They're kind of like safety glasses. Oh, maybe I'll put them here with my other glasses for working on things. Now, some of this stuff, I'm not going to put, like, here's some cold and sinus stuff. It doesn't need to be necessarily there. Cold and sinus. What is this? Anti-nausea. Well, you know what? Maybe I'll come back. No, that's liquid stuff. Maybe that stuff can stay. I don't think I'm going to use it. Tylenol. What is this? Tylenol relief of headache, aches, pains. Yeah, that can stay there. Roblax Platinum. Nothing like a little pain stuff. More Tylenol things. Benadryl. Bug bite relief. You just never know. So it does seem that this is pretty much pain relief stuff, which is not a bad thing. What is this? Off. I guess this is kind of like Afterbite. I think. Bite and itch relief. Flu relief. Oh, hemorrhoidal relief ointment. You know what? Maybe I'll put that in more of the liquidy things. Wouldn't want that to leak. What's this stuff? Tooth pain relief. That is something I've used and lent and given to people over the years. Things happen. Aloe vera, banana boat, sunblock, lip balm. Lovely. Alright, so some of this stuff is not going to go in here now. I'm going to keep it handy because it is cold season. Tylenol, regular strength. We're going to leave that out too. Anyway, as I say, I will put together, I should fold this over a bit. I will assemble another bag, and maybe this is something I'll just have a go bag in the car, so that in case I am somewhere and something happens, that, well, it's not like a first aid kit, it's I'm ready. I am ready. I am prepared. Because you just never know. You just never know. This, I may leave this out. Actually, I think I'll toss that one over there. I shall. So some of this is stuff. Now, let's talk about CPAP. Decongestant nasal spray. Now, Otriven is a good thing, but don't use it too much. You can get hooked, and when you get hooked, then it doesn't work very well. It is something that I, who use a CPAP machine, on occasion, if I am really, really stuffed up and I am not able to sleep, that I will use it to clean out and open up the nostrils so I can at least get to sleep. And if you have a CPAP machine, you understand. I'm sure there are other things that do it. I'm not a doctor. I'm not telling you to take Otriven, but I'm going to keep this handy. There's still some in here. I'm sure it's probably expired. But how expired is anything really? Really? So, all right, let me just look over here. See if there's anything else from the. Oh, yeah. Here's more stuff from the go bag. And this definitely indicates that it was a COVID time. There is a mask. And what else? Looks like I've dropped some paperwork. But that's about it. So, what am I going to do with all this? Well, I think at this moment, because I have this handy box here, I'll pop it in this handy box. If I can get it in this handy box, to get it away from here. And then I will find some sort of a bag, not nearly as big. I had it basically in one of those travel bags that I also had costuming stuff in. And that was really a bit much. So yes, perhaps what I will do is, maybe I'll just set this down below. And then, when the next show calls, and who knows when that's going to be, I don't do a whole bunch of this. Actually, I must remember not to forget to keep my ACTRA. I'm an ACTRA apprentice, so I must pay my fees. So basically, as long as I do one thing a year, it's well worth it. It is. So, anyway, most anybody can do background things if they are so interested. But one of those things, if you love it, you love it. And there's really no hardly in between. It's a lot of sitting around. Sometimes you run into difficult people, but you can run into difficult people in any workplace. People who make up stories. Like I think I've told the story before where I was told, here we are in the middle of the night. I've been told, sit here, we might need you, because of course they're doing another angle of something. They might need me, they might not. So I'm like, okay, I'll sit here. Then along comes some other director, something or other thing, assistant, and says, why are you here? You can't be here. And I said, they told me to sit here and wait. And I said, oh, well, you can't be here. So I said, okay. So I moved a little ways over around this little wall over where these pool tables were, because it was in a bar setting. Then I hear them call my name, and I stand up, I'm here, and they said, why are you there? I said, why weren't you where we said? Now this only, it was just a matter of a few seconds, because she told me to move. And of course, what did she do? She says, oh, no, I didn't do that. No. So yes, there is nothing worse than being on a movie set or in a workplace where there are people who make up stories and lie. And this woman on this movie set, she knew she was wrong, but of course, she can't admit it. Cannot. And that is one thing. Like over the, years and years and years, I've been involved in all kinds of crazy situations. And I worked with a very good principal, and she understood that on occasion, circumstances would dictate that what is typically wrong is perfectly right, depending on the circumstances, in a matter of safety, in a matter of crisis, in a matter of emergency. You know, and she would calmly sit and listen to the steps of what happened. unfortunately, not all people are like that. Just like on movie sets, where, here I am telling this lady, I was told to sit right here. Oh, that can't be right. You have to move. You can't be here. And anyway, like any workplace, you must work with those that you can, tolerate the ones that are, middle of the road, and work around the people you can't. And you know, and if certain people are really really toxic, like this woman on the set was, um, we did, a bunch of us who were rather sick of her, because remember, I was told on this show that I would be there from 4 p.m. to midnight. Midnight will be done, we promise you. Well, we didn't finish till 6 in the morning. Oh, I was tired. Anyway, I had to go to work. But anyway, through the night, as we were doing the scene over and over and over. And by the way, this movie was called Wolves, so you can see me in there in a bar scene. I think it's fairly near the beginning of the movie, and you can't miss me. It's close up. My hair is much darker, but it's I wouldn't say, yeah, it's probably pretty much an extreme close up. But anyway, I had my hat. They said, no, we don't want you to wear your hat. Just put it on the bar. So of course, through the night, we would torment this woman after she did most everybody wrong and snotted at some people and such. And I would hide food under my hat for other people and for me when we had the chance. And it's funny, you reap what you sow. And if you're difficult and make up stories and lie and then lie about lying to present yourself as the great and powerful and oh so righteous, the people will get back at you. They will. So, yes, it was a long night. So, guaranteed 8 hours, 4 to midnight. That's it. That's all will be there. And instead, 14 hours. And off to work I went the next morning. Oh, I was tired. But each time you have a on-set experience that is not positive, you can learn from it and how to deal with it better. Because one would like to think that these sets are, kind of like, oh, fair and democratic. Oftentimes, like any workplace, they're not. So it's rare, but I have seen people just kicked off of things. And this is not just actors and background people and other things, crew people or others who, something happens and they're just like, go take your stuff, don't come back. We're done with you. And I have seen it happen. So, and it's very rare that you would ever see like the director or one of the assistant directors or other people higher up in the food chain, no matter what they did or were alleged to do, to be sent packing. You would, they would find a scapegoat of sorts. Um, they would. So, and sadly, in other workplaces, this is much the same, where somebody in a high position makes a mistake and then cannot admit it. And so they turn what is not much of anything into a big deal and blame one of the underlings. And then the fight goes on and on and on. But you know what? It's funny how, like, there will always be difficult people. Sometimes they'll be in movie sets. Sometimes they'll be in workplaces. Sometimes you'll just, they'll be in the lineup at the Tim Hortons. Or they'll work at the Tim Hortons, supposedly there to serve you. Like I went there, a few days ago to get something. There's this app called Too Good To Go, where you can say, hey, look at that. That's kind of cool. I think I will get that. And it's basically like the stuff that they would have at the end of the day that they didn't sell, that instead of throwing out, they put in the box at a cheaper price. And you never know what you're getting and all that. Anyway, I pull up, and I've done this before here. Not often. I don't really do it very often. But I pull up in the drive-thru, and then, oh, you can't do it in the drive-thru. I said, I've done it before in the drive-thru. Oh, you can't do it in the drive-thru. I said, what's the difference? Here's the app. Here's the thing. I'll show you what I've done. You can't do it in the drive-thru. And I was in no mood. I was in a rush. And I wouldn't say I got ugly, but I did get terse. Now, the next time I was there, which was not that long ago, I did go inside. And see, what you do with this app is you show them, look, I got this, and then you have to click on this thing, and then you have to slide to show that you got the thing. So there's this guy, and he says, okay, can you do the slide thing? I said, yes, I can. So I do the slide thing, and then we're all good. But then along comes this woman who is in charge of, I guess, actually doing it. And she says, can I see the thing? I said, I've already done the thing. I did it. I showed him. He said I should do the slide thing. So I did the slide thing. And once you've kind of done it, you can't get it back. I can go to the email and get the email confirmation. But once you've done the thing to say, yo, I'm here, I'm getting it, it's all good, you can't really get it back. So it's like, oh, it's not supposed to be difficult. And I've done this a time or two at other places that do it. And it's all like, hi, here, slide, done, finished, bang, boom. So yes, anyway. Stay away from toxic people. And sadly, if you find yourself on a movie set, and it's really, really terrible, more so now, I think they would take your complaints more seriously. Now, if you're a member of ACTRA, or if it's an ACTRA set, then you should get on the phone to ACTRA. But they should take your complaints more seriously, especially in these Me Too former, or not Me Too former, since the Me Too movement, they're much more sensitive. So, they'll always say, oh, are you comfortable doing this? But really, if you're not comfortable doing something, then say, no. No, 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 no. Anyway, and I suppose the thing is, if you're in a toxic workplace where they're out to get you, you have to start to, unfortunately, show them that you will not be trifled with. You will not be picked on. You will not put up with it. And maybe ask for instructions in writing. Take every single break that you're entitled to. Take your lunch. And, they can't fault you for taking your break or taking your lunch. Get there on time, leave on time. You would think that good management, and I've worked with a lot of good management, whether it be on a TV show or other places, understands that if you are passionate to the people who are working for you, that you will build, goodwill, that if suddenly there's a catastrophe where you need them to go the extra mile or stay late or do something, that they, because of the compassion and understanding that they have shown you in a time of need or something, that you will stay. But, it's funny, then they'll look at you funny when they need you to stay. There's some crisis, and you just say, sorry, I have to go. I work until 4. Bye. Anyway, only once have I been tempted to walk off a set. Only once. I didn't do it, but I was also tempted. And, yeah, like sometimes when, well, not the whole place was toxic, but it was just, yeah, it wasn't a good spot. And really, it doesn't take any more effort to be nice and to be respectful than to be a goof. And when you get a whole bunch of goofs, anyway. So I will have my go bag ready for the next TV or movie thing, I always take something along. Obviously, this stuff that I just found buried away in this great big kind of wardrobe bag that I haven't used in a long time has not been out much. And some of it might have expired, but it'll be okay. Anyway, one thing, if you are sometime around March of this year, there will be a show that comes out. I think it's season 2 of You're My Hero. And I don't remember the fellow's name, but it's a comedy and it's written by a fellow who is in his 20s. He has severe cerebral palsy, and he is the star. And I was, in fact, summoned to their set to play a part, which I won't speak of, because I don't even know the story. That's the thing. You go there for a day, you don't know the story. Anyway, I was summoned for one day, and I thought, oh, this should be out soon, but it seems it's not going to be out till the middle of March. And it's a CBC Gem thing, and it really was a magical day. It really was. I very much enjoyed it. I hadn't done stuff for a while, and I haven't kept in touch with anybody, but it was a special day. It was. So, You're My Hero on CBC Gem. I know the first season's episodes are out there, and the second season will come. And how many's in the second season? I don't know. I just know I was there for a day, and it was a great day. And it really is nice to go to such a place like that, even for a day, and have a glorious experience. It is so much better than going to a toxic workplace where at every moment you're just waiting for the knife to come out and stab you in the back. It's not good. Anyway, well, thanks for coming. Have a lovely day. And if you do get into background, or if you're an actor, then, try and, be ready. I mean, they should have everything there. They should be, no matter what happens, they should have a nurse, they should have supplies, they should have whatever. But just my experience is not a bad thing to be, as the Boy Scouts would say, be prepared. So, thank you. Thank you for coming. Have a lovely day. Bye for now.